Welcome back to the Butt Chug Podcast, everyone. This is episode 94. We're getting there. 94 is the age of the oldest person that lived in, I don't know.
1236.
I don't have a fact for 94, and I really don't have facts for any other number. Just thought I'd kick it off with that. I will say that, Mom, I forgot the beer you brought. She wants to be a sponsor of the Can Boner segment.
Well, to be a sponsor, you have to remember.
She brought a Two Brothers beer. She remembered. I didn't remember. But I'll bring it.
Next
week,
I'm excited. You'll bring it?
I'll bring it. I'm going to bring the noise. I'm going to bring the beer. I'm going to bring the energy. I'm just going to bring
everything.
I'm going to bring it.
Bring the kitchen sink.
The it factor.
Because it's
the kitchen sink.
Because it's episode 94. 94 has significance in my life. It's the interstate that bisected pretty much my life.
The interstate that bisected your life.
I-94.
We have 294 where I'm at.
So that
Which
was important.
connects to 94.
It's the radio station I listen to, I-94 or 94.1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We had Q101. What'd you have?
I don't remember.
Bummer.
I don't remember.
You see
98.7.
They had when he was young. They had the War of the Worlds. Reading.
Oh yeah, everyone.
Remember that?
Just had
everyone
a radio.
believed that aliens were coming.
Yeah, it was just AM.
Just AM.
It was just AM. FM was like crazy technology.
New hipster stuff.
Yeah.
AM radio towers kill people because the waves. Like
do
FM,
they?
yeah, because there's so much power. You think in our line of work I would know this, but it's just because of the wavelengths.
I mean,
the wavelengths are about a meter long, and they just destroy.
In general, are safe.
Yeah,
but
besides 5G,
I didn't know that.
Don't climb 5G towers.
5G? Are they? Do they have any proof that those are cancerous or anything?
Don't climb the towers and lick them. But I think we're fine.
But there's also theories that wind turbines create frequencies that are damaging. I don't know. I mean, I haven't read anything outside of a theory. If there's that fact,
don't worry. Like most churches,
but theories in physics are facts to the most recent, right?
Yeah.
Most recent factual information.
But don't worry, we're safe here in the church room bar because, like most church rooms, technology doesn't permeate the walls.
Yeah.
It's just thick rhetoric and belief structure
because of the insulation
and
you have put in there.
Yep. So
and knowing
it carries it over.
You've probably built your house out of lead.
Close.
Nothing can penetrate lead.
No. Nothing.
It's true.
I, in all honesty, I just read this worthless. Madame Curie is buried in a sarcophagus in France, but her sarcophagus is lined with an inch of lead, so when people go visit her, they aren't contaminated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
What did she die of? I don't know much about her. Okay. I know that she was in a photo with Einstein once.
Yeah, that would have been earlier on in his life because I forget when she passed away. But my wife does nuclear medicine, so she has to wear apparatus that monitor how many rads she gets.
Yep.
She's pretty rad.
Yeah. She's rad to the max.
Rad to the max.
Well, yeah.
But
let's hope not.
She's wearing the rad protection.
Yeah, exactly.
So she doesn't leak rad or gain more rad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have one thing that I want to start out with. We talked a little bit about beer sales being super up. Right?
Ooh, I've got some numbers on that too.
We probably have the same numbers. Did you get them from NPR?
No.
Oh, okay, well,
different sources. Maybe we can corroborate.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so overall, beer is up 27.5%, but they make they distinguish between cheap beer and craft beer and imports and seltzer. So there's 4 categories.
There's a lot of delineation there.
Yeah, a lot there because they wanted to really, and this is your typical data analytics. You want to drill down and figure out what's happening here.
Where does imported craft seltzer fall in?
Oh, that's a good question. Imported craft seltzer, it's not on the list as far as I know. But from that 27.5%, the 4 categories: imports, craft beer, hard seltzer, and cheap beer. Where do you think the highest increase in sales from last year
to this year? Seltzer.
That's right.
It's not close.
It's not close. You probably.
I was going to go with cheap beer. Was cheap beer second?
Cheap beer is actually the lowest.
Really?
Cheap beer has increased in sales year to year, 19 to 20, 11%. Then imports, 15%. Then craft beer, 23%. So craft beer is healthy and thriving.
Surprising.
But then hard seltzer, 246.7% from 19 to 20.
Yeah.
So the quarantines, while they've affected everything, have people are buying seltzers like crazy.
Yeah. I think the quarantine has generated millions of alcoholics.
Probably.
Oh, 100%.
Probably.
The joke
Daytime
was,
drinkers.
The joke was made.
Otherwise do that.
This is not my joke. You're either going to come out of this quarantine a good cook or an alcoholic. And those were the two.
I'll hopefully be neither of those.
You don't want to be a good cook?
Well, I mean, I would be okay with being a good
It's only
cook.
one. It's
You only
one
get
or the other.
choice. You have to.
I guess alcoholic.
Yeah.
I guess
Alcoholic
I'll have to go
for me.
that way. I don't cook very
DoorDash
often.
is
I'll grill.
so easy.
Yeah.
I noticed a difference, so that's why, like, the first month when I was quarantined, when I got back from the cruise or whatever, it was pretty typical, to sit down and have a barley pop. But now, I limit myself Tuesdays for the pod and then the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try.
Good limit.
There's some, special circumstances that come in there, but
Sure.
very rarely. Try to keep it down a little bit. Then, then the weekend, I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
Because it's
There's nowhere
quarantine,
to go.
they'll come into
Shouldn't anyway.
play
A lot
later.
of people are out though. I noticed.
Oh yeah,
Well,
Places are filling up. Places
I
are
don't
filling up.
understand.
Traffic is up. Places are up.
Go home.
Temperatures
people.
are up.
like
Temperatures are way up.
so. I say that I went to Belmont Party Supply because we had visitors on the 4th, and Dayton had just passed a law again, Southwest Ohio pod that said that if you're out in public, you must wear a mask. Right?
Yes.
Dayton.
No ifs, ands, and buts about it. So we went to Belmont Party Supply, which I'm pretty sure is in Dayton.
Yes.
believe so.
The workers were in, but of the patrons, they said they were monitoring the patrons. It was under 16 or whatever, so I think they were good there. One patron outside of me and my cousin were wearing masks. So much for the law. I don't think it has any teeth. So
No,
is
there
it
is
just
no
a,
teeth.
is it just a suggestion? Is
Yeah,
it just like
you're right.
we would
tec-
like you to wear?
Technically, I think they can fine them up to $85 for it, but I mean,
That's it.
no police officers are going to enforce it. They're just not going to.
So it's like speeding. It happens, but if you get caught, you're gonna then maybe something will happen.
Maybe.
Hard to enforce is what you're saying.
It's so difficult. I feel bad for the police officers if they try to enforce it because people are just going to go ballistic on them. It's such a weird environment.
Yeah, right.
now
Yeah.
that I'm pretty sure police officers are just going to not even want to deal with
it's
it.
not
They've
worth
got
it.
so
they don't
much
wanna
other shit on their
engage.
mind. Exactly. They're not going to get into a crazy match with a citizen over a mask. They're just not going to do it.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's not. The juice isn't worth the squeeze.
right.
So, but the interesting thing, and to build on just to finalize our Belmont trip. So last week, we talked about CBD seltzers. Mm-hmm. They have them at Belmont Party Supply too. So if you're local and listening to the podcast and want to get a CBD seltzer, they're at Belmont Party Supply. They're just in the back in the cooler.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Something to think about.
Yeah, that is definitely something to think about.
Because I thought they were only
thinking about it
available
right now.
online after we had researched.
We talked about CBD because I didn't know much about it.
Yep.
But it's so you can drink a CBD beer
Correct.
and take a drug test and be okay.
Correct, because they don't have
okay.
they don't have the THC. So
Oh,
I still
yeah.
won't.
It tests for the THC.
I still
doesn't it?
won't probably.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that.
because it's jeopardizing
know that
our
fact.
careers. But
Yeah,
I feel like CBD's in everything at this point, though.
probably.
Yeah.
because
A lot of things.
like
It's just hot. It's so hot right now.
we've had hemp beer, and none of us are drug experts or anything like that.
Yeah.
We've had hemp beer. I freaked out about it because I had a piss test within 30 days of having a hemp beer, and I'm like, Googling as I'm in the piss test line, and I felt so stupid. And I told the staff sergeant that was watching me at the time, I go, he goes, "You look a little worried." I go, "Yeah, I was just Googling to see if my hemp beer would set this off," and he just laughed at me. He's not an expert. He just is on PP watch.
Yeah, he's on PP watch.
Yeah, he was
So
a
he
security
knows.
forces individual.
So he
So
knows.
yeah. Oh yeah, expert. Yes, he was in the picture with Einstein and Madame Curie.
Yeah, that was actually, it's a famous picture. There's a lot of scientists in that picture, a lot of famous ones, but I can't remember any of them except for those two.
So the other scientist thing that I just read in the last week, getting a little off track, was Isaac Newton's last prognostication that hasn't happened is that 2060 is going to be when the Earth goes into a new state of peace. So that that's a hope that's out there.
I was not aware
a lot
that
of other
Isaac
things.
Newton was making predictions.
A lot of
his stuff was not science.
Yeah, a lot
Tons
of his
it
stuff
was very religious based. I was reading that article as well.
I didn't know any of that. I thought Isaac Newton was
he was like a New Age Nebuchadnezzar.
It was very much he was very much like occult centered.
Oh, no way.
And a lot of it was science was like the outlier. Like, oh yeah, let me figure out
and invent calculus.
Yeah.
But
in the meantime, trying to make a devil's brew to.
So he's been right about things. Is that why you're bringing this up?
Yeah. So some of the stuff that he's prognosticated, I don't know what his saturation or correct rate is, but it's just this is the last one temporally.
Sure.
That he has. That has yet.
What else has he predicted?
Apples falling from trees.
Oh, good job, Isaac Newton.
Mm-hmm.
I know devastating weapons. He was like Galileo, where Galileo did the helicopter.
Yeah.
Did it, but devastating weapons, kind of alluding to like atomic weaponry.
Oh.
Requires some more research, but yeah, he did prognosticate. Some of them were correct. And a lot of his life was based in the occult and not really.
Wow, I didn't know that at all. I thought he was just this guy who was like super into circles,
Yeah.
So
I think he was.
Gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Circles and cults kind of go together. Maybe that's why calculus was invented, because it helped him with his cult.
That could be.
I hope so.
You hope so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope his cult was successful.
So, closing this
Was
circle.
it?
I'll never know.
Well, clearly not.
Closing this circle because we started talking about circles and the industry as a whole. The craft beer industry just closed their 4th out of 5 week $1 billion week. So they had growth. A lot of that is attributed to people stocking up for July 4th gatherings, which of course didn't happen. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
But so they just eclipsed $1 billion again, and the only week that they were below $1 billion, they were only 3.5 million below $1 billion.
Oh yeah.
So healthy industry as a whole. And speaking of which, we've got speaking of the health of the industry, this podcast comes from Beaver Creek, Ohio. We just had a brewery open in Beaver Creek.
Yeah, I saw that
on July 4th of all days. So it's on Factory Road.
Yeah.
So it'll be on your way back home. It's Southern Brewing, so you can get information at southernohiobrewing.com. They opened on July 4th. We happened to try to go there, but they're taking just like reservations only to keep it, as socially distant as possible. So tough business decision for them to open during this because they've been prepping and just, eventually you have to start getting some money back into it. But everything's brand new. The information is out there again on southernohiobrewing.com. I did have one coworker, they made a reservation there, and he said it was a lot better than other brewers in the area. Their starts, even though everyone was socially distant. He said he enjoyed that part of it. It was worth making reservations because if you go to some of these places and you're trying to beat down doors and your elbows and assholes, he goes, it was nice. Everyone.
That's great.
Yeah, I don't want to be involved in being in situations where I'm crammed.
100%.
I don't.
It cramps my enjoyment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't want to be cramped
up.
So you can't be as spontaneous and show up, because you have to plan it out a little bit. But
sure.
it's nice that one, they can be supported. Two, it's in Beaver Creek. I was looking at some of their product. I'm intrigued by some of their product. But again,
that's all I wanted to say.
You're not intrigued by their product?
No, I feel like I was following them I was following people on Dayton Beer on Facebook who were going there, and they were posting beers that didn't seem.
They didn't.
It seemed like another brewery's making some wheat ale or some whatever this beer is.
What are you excited about?
Like I just didn't see anything unique. They had a peanut butter porter. That was
the peanut butter porter
thing to something exciting.
Because
other than that, everything was like it was like your young, just open brewery. Like those exact beers. But then you had places like Branch and Bone and not saying that they need to make sours or anything, but like we've had newer breweries open up that have exceeded expectations for a new brewer.
Right.
That's what we're stuck on.
I think that
we have.
Yeah, I think that if you're going to open up and you're going to make a Pilsner, an IPA, something and a couple other basic beers. There's just nothing exciting driving you to that brewery other than the fact that it's a new brewery.
So I take that as they want to be successful. They're making a recipe for success because I look at a brewer like Warped Wing, biggest by volume brewer in Dayton. Mm-hmm. And what's Warped Wing's number one beer?
Flyers, probably?
Trotwood.
Yeah, it's Trotwood.
It's their lager, and it's over 50% of their portfolio. So if they make these, as we would call them, pedestrian, and don't take that as like a slight by any means, anyone at Southern Ohio, they're making a beer that appeals to the masses.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah, and then they
I
can
hope
get
that
more.
Southern Ohio can become a brewery. I hope all local breweries eventually become so successful that they're distributing to the masses. But that new brewery smell, like a new car smell,
right? You want to be
wild. I want to be drawn in,
dazzled.
And there's just nothing that I saw posted that draws me in. Like if your customers are posting on Facebook pictures of a basic IPA, I'm just not that intrigued. I'd rather spend my money on something more
interesting.
Exciting.
I like to see the progression. I like to, everything is crawl, walk, run.
Sure.
So when they start,
you're right.
You're right.
That's a fair point.
I think eventually, maybe down the road, maybe they'll branch out and be a little experimental and throw some different stuff on, and you'll see the run, portion of that. And
maybe they'll just make an IPA that's so good.
Right.
It'll be better than Boat Show. It'll be better than Truth, and we'll just be like, holy shit! I can't imagine a world where we didn't have Southern Ohio.
Right.
So yeah, you're right. I get it. Crawl, walk, run. As long as they're not Southern Wild Ohio.
No. Ooh.
God, just shivers. I totally lost what I was going to say.
I almost brought a Wild Ohio today.
God.
There's a new one.
Yeah.
And it's in like a one of those tall cans.
Yeah, to throw in the mystery cooler to death, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to give you guys for this podcast.
And then my final tip of the hat to Potosi beer. So I was reading up on beer or craft beer that's making a difference in their communities. So Potosi beer is a Wisconsin beer that's brewed in Potosi, Wisconsin, 660 people. The unique thing about Potosi beer is they're a 501c3, so they're a non-for-profit. All their profits go to charity. So they're not. It's
okay. So they do have some profit, but they give it away.
Exactly, and they've got a couple of grapefruit shandies and stuff. So in summer they do gangbusters because it's a light and easy coming beer. Well, anyways, they also have the National Brewery Museum. So proceeds for that, they have a lot of cans, signage, artifacts go to. There's admittance to the museum and all those, because they just have them in their collection or stuff that's on loan, and all those profits go to charities. So in this current climate, they're donating all of their profits that they're getting that they can't take a cume on, and donating it to other struggling breweries. So this is breweries helping breweries.
Oh, nice.
Because high tide raises all ships.
Yes.
There's when you open up a craft beer snob's fridge, or they typically don't have just one type of beer. They have a smattering of beers.
Yeah.
Where you get into domestics, that fridge might just hold Old Pile or Old Milwaukee or something like that. So
Old Style.
That was just there's good individuals out there. There's good breweries. There's good entities that are making product.
Yeah.
And they're taking their profit, and then they're helping out other people that may not or might be affected more negatively by the current COVID.
Yeah,
climate.
that's awesome.
So that was just a great heartwarming story to read.
That is heartwarming.
Yeah.
I feel my heart is warm. Did you know that speaking of museums, the National Bobblehead Museum is in Wisconsin?
It is.
Know that?
I did not know that.
Now you know.
That's big.
The National Bobblehead Museum.
That's big. I've got one piece of news
that
I wanted to share with everyone. Beer is really good.
Yes.
All right.
I agree.
I really like it when it's cold. I like this story. And I just wanted to let everyone know that I love beer.
Well, that's good news.
That was news.
What's your source on that?
Me.
Oh, good. Good source.
Straight from the source.
Trustworthy.
So.
Well, before we kick off the beer, is there any more news, anything we need to cover?
Crazy.
Not that I know of, other than I forgot the beer my mom brought. She wanted to sponsor the can out.
I forgot eggs.
So that's another week with Stev.
Yeah.
Stev has been the sponsor 4 weeks in a row, 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Because
it's been a while.
Chugalo Dave for a week or 2 weeks. Now it's Steve. So JT's mom, when your son doesn't disappoint you anymore, you are probably the next sponsor. But all right. On to the beer tasting segment. So this is brought to you by from Collective Arts. in Waunakee, Wisconsin. We're really hitting up Waunakee because we have Untitled Art in a couple of weeks, the last couple of weeks, and now we have Collective Arts. Again, out of Waunakee, not the one that's out of Ontario. I think I made that mistake on episode 22. So if you want to know more information about Collective Arts, you can go to collectiveartsbrewing.com. Also, go back into the archives and listen to episode 22 and 47. Those are where you can get all your favorite podcasts.
Yeah, get in there.
So this is, again, Collective Arts in collaboration with Southern Grist. Southern Grist is actually out of Nashville, and we've had a beer from them in the beer club. I don't think we've had it on the podcast. So this is a milk stout brewed with banana, chocolate, pistachio, vanilla, cardamom, and cream. It comes in a pint can, and I just had the ABV 7.2.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah, I was checked out because of this can art.
So
I didn't hear a lot of what you said.
Now I knew, let's go with the crack. 3, 2, 1. And now, so I talk about the can art. It was pointed out to me less. I have a pint can koozie, so I can leave more boner for you, JT. But one thing I want to refresh people, if you don't go back and check out the archives, Collective Arts, if you go to their website, is all art forward. So it's going to take a couple of clicks to get to the beer and the information there.
Or swirl
I'm
it?
going to, because I think the top wasn't what I expected.
The
Really?
lactose.
Oh. Is there lactose in it?
Yep. So vanilla, cardamom, lactose, banana, pistachio, and chocolate. I read it in a different order
I think
originally.
I know this flavor profile.
Interesting.
Really? You've had something with all 6 of those ingredients?
No. And I think that what it tastes like, I got it instantly. I was like, whoa.
What household chemical? Stay tuned, everyone.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Is it a household chemical? Maybe.
Ooh.
Maybe not.
Or, I mean, we've had sweaty gym socks.
It is not food. I'll say that.
Interesting.
It is not an edible thing.
Well, that's
Whoa.
on par for you.
Yeah.
I mean, window cleaners not edible. Sweaty gym socks not edible.
Nope. Depending, on who you are.
Yeah.
I wouldn't eat a sweaty.
Yeah, if you want to find out what JT's really into, look on TLC Season 3 of My Strange Addiction.
Yeah.
That's the first time we brought it up. That's what it should be. Is your
But what is the addiction? Because it's all these different things.
Yeah.
Windex.
Sweaty gym socks, cotton balls.
I never said
tinfoil.
during that.
Basically anything inedible.
Anything not edible, I enjoy
Yeah.
consuming.
Man, we need to get like a super fan to go through and like catalog.
Yeah,
stuff.
we need like a wiki page.
Yeah, like Stev, if you would just go ahead and do that, you're only going to be busy planning your wedding and your house and everything.
Yeah. If you Google that in 5 minutes, it'll probably be available.
Yeah,
Probably, because this is live.
This is it's only live for Steve because he's the sponsor.
Here's the can art. There's a lot going on here. Let me.
It's scary.
I bought this can specifically. I didn't know what it was.
You
but
always
I saw
do.
it. Yeah,
I mean,
100%. Because how do you think this can was faced, Cobra? Do you think it was?
I know. Yeah.
All right.
Isn't it a shame when they do that though?
Oh my
And you
goodness.
turn it, you're like, why is
You miss out on.
Yeah, no one cares.
So
at the
if you
stores.
want to see what I'm about to describe and you think I went too fast over there, go back 5 seconds, screenshot, open that screenshot on one side of your screen, do that cool dual screen Windows trick, and have the YouTube video or the SoundCloud up on the other side. So this is the Can Art Boner segment brought to you by Steve. There's so much going on here. There's a gentleman. He's very.
There's
weird.
an artwork here that if you don't say it, I'm going to be very sad.
There's artwork here that if I don't say it,
No,
you're
like
sad.
the motif.
There's,
Sorry.
I mean, it's got a Ren and Stimpy-ish.
Yes!
Yes,
Yes, 100%.
The person, the two, I'm not sure what those are. It's like there's like a green, like a pickle almost. What are the ingredients again? Let's see. Oh, maybe it's a pistachio. And the little white one coming out of the brown thing. Is that a vanilla bean of some sort? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's a vanilla bean. Maybe there's some cardamom.
Yeah, I don't know what cardamom looks like. But anyway, so there's a gentleman, real Ren and Stimpy vibe going on. He's got like a painter's hat on, and his eyes are missing, but he has eyeballs in his brain. And his brain is exposed. There's also an arm with a hand coming out of his brain, his eye socket, but behind the brain. It's coming out, and I'm not sure what he's holding. Maybe a vanilla bean, maybe the lid to his drink or whatever this thing is he's consuming. It almost looks like a suede slipper that he's sticking his tongue into.
Could he be consuming a glass of beer?
Yeah, it's a pint.
I thought, beer. That's why I said glass or cup, that he's probably licking his beer foam.
It's a pint of beer.
It's just a weird way to drink beer, with your tongue. He's also missing a lot of teeth. There's also an arm coming out of his ear, and that hand has 4 fingers, 3 of them that form the number 3, and then 1 thumb. And then there's a hand by his torso. Not sure where that's coming from. Maybe
cartoon hands always have 4 fingers.
Maybe down below. Do they always?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you see a cartoon with a 5-fingered hand, it looks so fucked up.
It looks weird. Yeah.
Mickey Mouse only has 4 fingers.
Okay.
A thumb and 3 fingers.
Fair enough.
I don't know what it tastes like.
All right, so that's the Can Art Bonus segment. I feel like I haven't even done it justice because there's so much going on. Did you read the artist?
Nope.
Jordan Deschamps or Deschamps?
Deschamps? Is it
Deschamps,
French?
maybe. He's from Hamilton, Ontario, so it's probably like
Deschamps
or something. Yeah. And that's you can find that artwork at scuzz.corp, or maybe that's an email address. I'm not sure.
Not sure.
There's an @ sign, so who knows? All right. So did you read the Southern Grist part 2?
I said it was in collaboration with Southern Grist out of Nashville.
So that covers the can then. So my first flavor, the first taste of this beer. Have you guys ever had the clove cigarettes? You guys ever tasted cloves?
Interesting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
That was the first taste I tasted with this.
So you like to eat cigarettes?
I don't like to eat them, but I've smoked a clove cigarette before.
Oh. Did you ride your fixie bike to whatever
like.
concert you were going to there, Dave Matthews?
Oh, I know. I don't like Dave Matthews Band. If clove cigarettes are a preppy thing, then this was a complete anomaly for my trajectory in life. It was just something I tried. I don't know who is the audience for a clove cigarette.
I don't know.
Dave Matthews Band listeners?
No, I just
you
came up with something like.
Oh, okay.
I assumed it was
That's
people that wore like
I don't
corduroy
like that kind of
jackets.
Yeah, corduroy jackets with arm
Elbow
patches.
yeah.
I
feel like they would.
That's kind of what I think too.
Figure like they would open their breast pocket and pull out a pack of cloves. And they would shake one up perfectly and
or like a metal.
Or they have a metal, unfolding thing still these days. But that's what this beer tasted like to me. Frankly, I think that we had a home run last week.
Sorry, Stacey.
Last week we had this cake beer. It was from Untitled Art. It was a home run. It was slam dunk. It was all the sports analogies.
A grand slam or a home run?
It was both.
I guess
grand
technically
slam, home run.
That's the same thing.
So this one, I think they did too much. I think there's just too much going on. Bananas, chocolate, pistachio, vanilla, cardamom, and cream. It tastes like clove cigarettes. Not a huge fan of clove cigarettes. I think this is a drinkable beer. Maybe with someone with a, we've had hundreds of beers now, and I think I'm getting pretty good at distinguishing the flavors. But maybe this beer's over my head. I don't know, but I don't think it is. I think it's beneath me. But I still think that you could drink the whole thing. The can art is not. The can art is phenomenal. I appreciate the can art. I give this beer, because I'm going to finish it, and I think it's not unenjoyable. It's 2.75. That's my score.
All right. So, all the things: milk stout, banana, yes; chocolate, yes; pistachio, yes; vanilla, cardamom, and cream. I want all those things, and I don't get any of them.
Yeah.
I don't get any of them. Like this, I was so intrigued. I was so happy. I was like, banana, cool. Chocolate, yes. I was getting really excited.
I read it. I saw like, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be like last week.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a high-end banana split in a beer with a little boozy banana split.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking, and just none of it comes through. All I get is just kind of a stout.
Mm-hmm.
I could drink this out of a plastic cup someplace that someone just said, "Here's stout," and I'd be like, "Hey, that's not bad."
Stout X.
Right. I mean, it's not. There's just nothing to it. I get what you're saying with the clove cigarettes. That is.
Oh, good.
It's a great.
It's awesome.
Oh,
that's
good.
like
it's astute.
Yeah,
it's not like Windex where you guys
nail on the
didn't,
head. No.
didn't see it.
Hit the nail on the head, man. You know, drove the nail down in one hit. Just bam, got it. So the clove cigarettes was right on. It's disappointing in the fact that it advertises so much and it delivers so little. Mm-hmm. So because of that, it gets a 3.25. It's a good beer. It's fine. Like I said, I'd have a couple cups of this someplace if they just said, "Hey, here's a stout."
Sure.
You know, and you'd be like,
absolutely.
It's a little bit sweet. You know, it's a little bit kind of it's a little bit more of a sugary kind of a sweeter flavored stout, I guess.
Sweet cream. If they describe this as a sweet cream
stout with spices.
If
they just said that
with spices, then it would be they'd nail it.
Yeah,
that would be exactly what it is.
Yeah, but there's no banana. I don't get any chocolate. Pistachios, come on, don't even say that.
Don't say that unless it's gonna.
You know how difficult it is to say this beer has chocolate and vanilla. How are you gonna identify? How are you gonna separate those in a beer? How are you gonna identify
really good
those
point.
flavors?
I hadn't thought of that.
So I mean, you might as well throw in strawberry and call it a Neapolitan for
Yeah.
Why not? Because why not?
Wow. Openings, and then you have strawberry, chocolate, vanilla, and drink separately.
Oh my god!
All right.
So I forgot to say that this beer is called All the Things, and that really is.
Oh yeah, you did forget to say
that really is an astute name for this beer. The artwork is on point. I just de-sleeved my beer. This beer, with all of the things that it has going on, and named them multiple times, it just comes off boozy. One of those things doesn't cut the booze. It's sweet in the front and it's dry in the back, and that's where I get your clove. Like after you've smoked a cigarette, you get that dry rolling taste in the top back of your. And then Cobra was so astute because he goes. You think you would hit on one of those 6 things, and I get that. It's a milk stout. I would be able to tell that this is a milk stout. It's way different from like a coffee stout, because you don't get that. I get nothing else. So like dryness, I get characteristics from them, but I don't get taste.
Yeah.
So like a banana leaves your mouth dry. This could be dried chocolate. Pistachio, love pistachios. I think we're in agreement on it. It's just,
Pistachio is such a difficult flavor to put into a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen it before. Who puts pistachio in beer?
I think you do. If you do pistachio, it requires a lot more butter than peanut butter because it's a drier nut, right? Where peanut butter is creamier.
Well, there's an extract. You have pistachio pie or cake. I mean,
that's true. There is
it's really good
extract. Yeah.
If you could really highlight that flavor in this beer, it'd be awesome.
That's one of my favorite stats. Is George Washington Carver came up with 1,000 uses for the peanut. Didn't invent peanut butter. It's hilarious.
I didn't know that.
Peanut butter wasn't invented at the time, so just. Where those gee whiz worthless things. So it's funny because we're all circling, 275, 3.25. I'm off the top rope. I'm at a 3.0. You said it's very it's drinkable. You're going to enjoy it or anything. My score is different because, and not to discredit, I'm at 3.0, and I just think that this is one of the biggest disappointments I've had in a long time.
I think based on the ingredients listed, it is one of the biggest disappointments we've had on the show.
I love the name, All the Things. It's one of the most aptly named beers, but out of all those things, and this is where Cobra had the home run grand slam comment, you can't discern any of them.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe if you reach and talk about it, you get there, but I don't
think so. I mean, there's banana flavor, and then there's fake banana, fake banana flavoring, right? Everyone knows, when you eat Laffy Taffy,
bananas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get fake banana flavor, right?
Yep.
You can't even get fake banana flavor out of this.
Yeah, you can't get anything.
I'm trying really hard. And banana should be a pretty easy one to grasp out of anything. The only thing that I guess would be the cardamom because it is that spice. That
maybe the dryness. Okay, yeah.
That's
is cardamom close to clove?
I don't know. I think so.
I have no idea what it even is, to be honest. I was going to ask you guys.
It's a spice.
It's a spice. But
so one of the biggest disappointments in a long time.
Yeah.
Like looking at reading hopefully maybe you guys were like Pavlov, like, oh, this is going to be a great beer, and then this is a gigantic miss. And that's fine. We're not going to laud every beer.
The name of the beer should be all the things in caps, and then right below it should be it should say
all the things
taste.
you won't taste. All the things you can't taste.
But it's in there.
It's in there.
And we love Collective Art. So if you go back to 22 and 47, we love their beer and their artwork. It's just,
they've set a high bar.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time. It's been over a year since we had those.
And I think if you're like the Collective Arts people, this has a lot of promise.
Keep pushing the envelope.
These flavors have a ton of promise, so it's worth the risk.
Yeah.
It's worth trying.
It is. Yeah.
But you learn. Maybe next time, take the chocolate out. Maybe take the cardamom out. Make it like a banana pistachio thing, or maybe just do something less.
Or throw more than one banana in the vat when you're making it.
You seen that Saving Sarah Silverman or whatever that show?
Do you think like when the guy was brewing it, he's sitting there eating a banana
Sarah
and it fell in, and he's like, "Shit, add
fuck,
banana to the
banana."
list."
You think what?
I think when the guy was like, stirring the mash or whatever, he's probably sitting there eating a banana and it fell in.
Yeah,
it's like,
damn, we gotta add
got
that.
a ripe banana on the ingredient list.
Yeah, we talk about like the parts per million or whatever. Like you talked about how many raspberries are in one of these beers we've had. That's probably what it is. It's like
it's just one banana.
1 gallon of banana for like tons and tons and tons and tons of beer.
I don't get the chocolate. The chocolate's
I don't get any of it. Like I can't specifically pick out a flavor. I do just taste
cream is a texture.
Stout. Yeah, creamy stout. That's all.
Cream's a texture.
Yeah, cream's a texture.
Yeah,
sweet cream's a taste. But JT, can you get something to bring us up from this beer?
Why don't we do Chris's beer?
Oh,
I will.
Oh yes, I apologize.
Yeah. I'll do better next week. Although I do like the can art of the beer I brought. I didn't put much effort into buying it. And I like to put effort
When you
into
say
it.
you didn't put much effort into buying it, remind me about a story for off camera. And when you say you didn't put much effort into buying it, did you steal the beer?
I did. I put no effort into buying it. I put a minuscule amount of effort into stealing it.
Ooh, North High.
North High.
North High. Love North High.
That's all I need to see. Oh, by the way, I bought more spicy pickle beer. It's out again.
Yeah,
great.
I don't like it.
I forgot that I didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't like it either? Oh, I thought you did.
Oh, the spicy pickles.
I did buy spicy pickles. Clausen has re-released their spicy pickles. So fucking amazing.
So the spicy pickle beer, because I love pickles.
Yeah,
and I love beer.
Too.
It's easy, and I'm like, I love Bloody Marys, which it would be good for. And even my wife goes, "This, why'd you buy this?"
Yeah, the spicy pickle beer is not good. We tried it. I tried it, and I gave the rest of mine to Matt, and then I don't know what happened after that.
It's still better. It's still an Epicurean beer. It's still better than the Bloody Mary beer.
Our Night in Cincinnati.
Oh yeah.
Which would be a great movie title.
Our Night in Cincinnati.
To a porn.
Our Night in Cincinnati that ended at 7. Last time I saw the clock was 7:10.
I think mine went much faster than your guys'.
All the bread.
Like in my head, it was way faster than.
Because I wanted to take the scooter back, and Cobra goes, "No scooters. We'll just walk."
Yeah, I was. Thank you for looking out. I needed it.
Yeah, that was done.
He did. I was about ready to buck you on the scooter. We were gonna.
Hey, I did it the first time. I got to where we were going, that 8-bit or 16-bit or whatever that place is called.
That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
And we split off.
That's where I started to feel the night.
Oh yeah. We were outside on their outside patio.
Yeah, I was on the patio, just kind of looking at the ground.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
yeah.
I need to slow down.
I need bread and water.
And speaking of which, the first Bobo, we went to Columbus. In Columbus.
That's what reminded me.
That's transitions. We're doing it.
That's it. Thing. So North High, Inherit the Stars. I just picked this up right before the podcast. It was a little bit difficult to find a beer that we have not reviewed or really gotten into.
Yeah, right.
It's getting difficult. But North High came through for me. Inherit the Stars. It's a hazy IPA. It's called Hazy IPA Volume 2. So apparently they've done it before. I'm not familiar with it. It's 7% ABV. Let's get some drinks on it, and then we'll talk a little bit more about North High. 3, 2, 1.
I love that both these cans today were I'm not like scrambling
I know, yeah. They're not glued down to the top.
Lose a nail.
Right. So North High out of Columbus, we've reviewed them before on the pod. Have we? We've reviewed them on the podcast
multiple times.
Multiple times.
We definitely talked about them a lot.
Yep. We talked about them recently, actually, about the Wrestler's Court and the pickle beer.
Oh yeah, Wrestler's Court.
Yeah,
boy,
that was hilarious.
That was in the first Bobo.
That was the first Bobo.
That was a 2 years highlight.
Yeah, I wish we had another Wrestler's Court style thing.
We need to.
We just get along too well.
Well, we don't have like this. Even that Wrestler's Court was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
What was the
so
topic?
Yeah.
God, now we're. I was hoping.
Oh, it was.
Do you remember
fantasy football? Ray. What's his podcast name? It was. We gave him a nickname, but I don't remember what it is. It's been a long time since we talked about him.
Yeah.
Rachel Ray.
Chuggalo
Rachel Ray.
Yeah, Chuggalo Ray. Yeah.
Which we probably haven't talked about since
it's been
episode
so
30,
long. Yeah,
40.
like in the lows.
Yeah.
So him and I were in a fantasy football team together. This
Oh,
was
that's right.
2018 maybe.
That's right.
Maybe even 17.
It was a
Maybe
big money
17.
league.
It was a
17.
money league, yeah, and it was 17, yeah.
Just
So
many years
18
ago.
was the Bobo of 18.
Right.
We did the Wrestler's Court. And he had told me he wanted to take Josh Gordon in X round.
Thank you for remembering these details. This is important.
And I decided it was the round before the round he was going to take Josh Gordon. And I'm not a huge football, I don't know all the players, but I just look at the numbers and I figure out who's going to produce. Well, on my list of numbers, Josh Gordon came up. Okay, this is about the appropriate round that you want to take this guy. So I took him. And Rachel Ray had assumed that I took him because the next round he was going to take him.
To spite you, because he let you know
I was going to stick it to him.
Yeah,
right.
And that was his assumption. Mine was this is just where he fell on the list. And I took him because I'm going to make smart moves. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Just because you told me doesn't mean that I can't take him now.
Exactly, yeah.
So we had a Wrestler's Court. I actually wound up losing Wrestler's Court.
So
Ray won.
So
it was actually if someone tells you they're picking and they're in your circle,
right?
You've done wrong by them to take that person.
So we have a tight group of friends, and what Wrestler's Court is, and we had a quorum. So there was 5 of us. There was 2 people that came to Wrestler's Court. So we had been drinking at this time, as any good Wrestler's Court should have.
Right.
So each plaintiff, because there's 2 plaintiffs really in Wrestler's Court, bring their issue to quorum.
This all occurred in North High.
In North High Brewery.
Yeah.
I had already spilled the beer. Yeah.
So their cases were presented. They're not interrupted. We get a question period, and then
you have a time limit on presenting your
time
case.
limit.
Yeah.
And then each person gets a rebuttal period. So we try to make it as even as possible. So both people can go, both people get question periods, and both people get rebuttals to the defense. So then we had 3 individuals that had no stake in the game. 3 individuals that included myself, Cobra, and DBC. And the case was presented, I think it was 2-1. I don't think it was a landslide.
I think it was 2-1.
It was 2-1. I don't know who the dissenting justice was.
I don't know who it was either.
But that's basically Wrestler's Court. You bring an issue. You have people that have 0 involvement. Typically, it's fun.
You're all inebriated.
Yeah, this is not like wrapping
it's a really good way to solve a problem.
An issue.
Yeah, this is not wrapping your prize 68 Hemi-Cuda around a light pole. There was no it was a fantasy draft issue, so it's just a
draft
social
issue,
social indiscretion. But that's our best North High story. And
100%.
after you spilling the beer.
After me spilling the beer, which was a complete accident.
God, North High, you just made.
And you know what? North High at the time, I don't know, maybe not. They did not carry napkins larger than bar sized.
Oh yeah.
So we cleaned that whole fucking beer up with
87
square
87
napkins.
A lot of those.
If you would wipe your ass with a bar napkin and Chuggalos, it would take 17 bar napkins.
At least.
Yeah, and I'm not talking
I've had some
messy. I'm not saying a Taco Bell shit. Like just like maybe a bowl of oatmeal or something.
30, 40 bar napkins.
Yeah. Like you've got still a reasonably working, functioning turd cutter. Like you still need a lot. Yeah,
right,
this is
nice, clean shit.
You've been destroyed and have a stoma.
No. Post beer. Post Bobo shit.
Really went down a strange rabbit hole
We did.
Hey guys,
it gave me a good time to taste the beer.
Hey guys, can we stop for breakfast?
I remember that. Even I was like, no.
No, we cannot.
Get the fuck home.
So with that, Cobra, I lay out the red carpet. Tell us more about this beer.
Well, I'll read you the description as on the can, right? So it's a little bit of an out there description. I read it prior to this. It's brewed to be shared. That's nice. These recipes were last brewed 25 million years ago on the planet Phaeton. We only recently discovered them as an echo from their ancient world as their craft's distant shadow cast down upon us. Wow. The transmission was faint, but hauntingly distinct. Stunned, we vowed to recreate this series of beer best as we could. We invite you to plunge into this molecular cloud of hazy hot matter. That's a really strange description for a beer. I like where they're going with it. It's fun. And I am a huge fan of like Cosmos and Space and Neil deGrasse Tyson and all that stuff. So I like it.
What about that guy who says he used to work at Area 51?
There's a lot of people that say that. You got to be more discreet.
That one guy.
I'll find his name.
He probably likes Windex.
He's got a documentary on Netflix.
Oh, good.
I was
Do
unaware.
you need time to come up with that? Because I can go first.
Yeah,
I want you to go.
It's a hazy IPA. It is hazy. I've been kind of trying to get some light into the can, and it is very hazy.
Do you need something to pour it into?
No, I'm not going to pour it. I know what it looks like. It is hazy. It's very hazy still. But yeah, please, Matt, take it away.
All right, so I'm still coming up with my stuff, but I want JT to
Bob
conclude his
Lazar.
thought. No.
Bob Lazar.
Is that
You know
the
anything
ancient
about him?
aliens dude?
No. That guy,
But
he's Greek. His name's like Kilomaskus or something like that.
So Bob Lazar is a dude on Netflix.
Bob Lazar, not originally. So Bob Lazar, it is a fact that he worked at Area 51, but he has since given this explanation about his time at Area 51 that he wants you to believe that he was working on the reverse engineering alien spacecraft.
Oh yeah.
Right. So it is probably fact that he worked at Area 51, but it obviously the spacecraft thing. But he tells the story in such a convincing way that even people in my family are like, "Whoa, yeah, this guy's telling the truth."
He's
he's
legit. Yeah. This is on Netflix. I'm excited.
This is on Netflix. Bob Lazar. Look up Bob Lazar. You will you'll either enjoy it completely blank-mindedly,
shows.
or you're gonna, because I know you like to think, you will rip it apart in your mind. You'll rip it apart. Some people like to watch TV and just zone out. You know,
he's a thinker.
Some people don't want to watch. You know, if you watch Roseanne, you're probably not thinking much. You know, but if you watch this Bob Lazar show, you can either tear it apart or you can accept it. And I think you'll find your path. And I definitely found mine. And
so it's
fun to watch. I've watched it. It's fun to watch because you can be critical and no one's going to judge you for being critical and no one's going to judge you for accepting what he says.
Have you guys watched Cosmos?
Yeah, Cosmos.
Right?
Yeah, well, the original, there was a Cosmos before.
There was Cosmos with Carl Sagan.
Carl Sagan.
That's the original.
Keep in mind, this is the guy that says he doesn't watch a lot of TV, he doesn't have time for it, but he's watched 17 things I've never even heard of.
Me?
I told myself before I came here that I was never going to talk about watching a TV show again.
Oh my gosh, why?
It's a fact.
Clearly I watch too much TV.
Oh, because you stay up a little bit late?
Stay up a little late?
Yeah.
With Gatorade.
Yeah, with
till like 1:30.
Nothing wrong with that.
But the reason why I mentioned Bob Lazar is because I was convinced that we had not reached communications with other life forms.
Well, North High has.
But North High clearly has.
North High has.
With Peyton.
Right.
Good. That's it. All that was just for me to say that.
All right.
Good for you, North High.
So during that
well done to receive that.
We did it.
That approach and dissertation that JT just delivered to us, he said it's a fact a couple of times. I want to tell you it's a fact about
What's
JT.
A fact?
When he returns library books, he puts in ketchup packets in the books. So when he squeezes them through, it explodes kitchen packets.
He also writes on the
receipts. And that's a fact.
He also writes on the receipts. This book wasn't true.
I don't rent.
That's how old we are. Give card catalog receipts.
Yeah. I don't.
This isn't true.
Library books. I just buy the fucking book.
False.
Yeah, you just rate them. He rates them.
It's a fact.
He rates them and returns them back to the book in his or the library in his neighborhood.
I actually scratch out the author and put my own name.
You have a whole wall in the. I know the library. I love that library.
Yeah. JT's been
JT
all the tropes.
JT's been a New York Times bestseller 827 times.
That's true. I don't know what to tell you guys. It just comes to me. I write it down and boom, I'm a fucking New York Times bestseller.
Magic. I love it.
All right, off the top rope. This is funky and refreshing, but I can't put my stamp of approval on this. It clears the palate out of that all the things that we had.
All the things.
So
all
we
the
went
things
from
that we didn't have.
All the things on planet Earth to Inherit the Stars, which is a really cool name. I haven't looked at the can very much.
I love it.
God, I can see why you bought it. 7%. Ooh, it's volume 2. Off the top rope, I give this a 3.75. This would not translate into like a daily drinker for me. It's a great conversation piece. Anytime JT starts pontificating about the TV shows he's watched and all the facts that he knows, I'm in for a wild ride. And going to the stars would be a wild ride.
Gosh, wouldn't it
It's
be great?
just it's funky
Someday,
and
Elon Musk will
refreshing.
send
Like
us to the stars.
it's funky. It's a
true.
funky.
It's funky. As the next
It's
one
a fact,
in the
JT,
line
that
of
it's your
reviewers-
turn.
Drop the
Yeah,
funk.
as the next in the line of reviewers, I will agree funky is the right word for this beer. But first, I need to talk about the can art boner segment, which I will slowly move towards the camera.
And that's a fact.
And that's a fact, Jack.
We need a better light for that. I need to figure that out.
Yep.
There you go. For more pictures like that, go to Untapped. People take pictures of cans there. All right. The can art boner segment. So Chris read the text, which I can appreciate because it does elicit some thought about the cosmos and whatnot.
Yes, it does. Yes. Yeah.
Inherit the stars. There is a saying similar to that about the stars, but I don't remember it. And there's a...
Well, excellent.
That was good.
what a great addition.
Hard hitting.
Come on, guys. All right.
There's something people say.
Melt
So
stars.
there-
That's what I've got to say about that.
In the negative space between, the stardust on this can, there seems to be some sort of like alien being. I would say alien woman, but I don't want to, assume that maybe it's just a male alien with long hair or tentacles of some sort on their
Right,
head.
like a predator.
You don't want to make assumptions.
Could be like an artistic predator.
Yeah, a predator. It looks the head looks like a predator-like head,
Like a sexy
but
predator.
it's decapitated.
Like a sexual predator.
This is a sexual predator with long hair.
Why don't you go ahead and
The,
have a seat?
the head looks decapitated from the body, but that's okay.
JT, you're free to go.
Thanks. And there's a flying saucer. There's some moons, planets, things of that nature, stars. Inherit the Stars, that's the name. It's got this shadowy kind of 3D text, and that's it. I like the can. As you guys know, I like space imagery, so much so that I got a whole full armful of it.
Prove it.
Yeah, I have. Here you go. All right.
That's a fact.
Funky is the right way to say to describe this beer. It's funky. It seems thicker for an IPA. It has like a thicker mouthfeel. I don't really like the term mouthfeel. I think that's Matt's word, and I don't really use it.
Thicker, like more viscous.
It's just it has
The
like
viscosity is higher.
it
Yeah.
has a thicker taste.
Yep. It's not all watery.
Exactly. It sits on the tongue a lot longer than your typical IPA. I also don't think this is a daily drinker, and you don't have to be a daily drinker to have a high score.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But I think you need to pop.
Got to
And
pop.
this doesn't pop. This is
Pop it and lock it.
This beer basically is a hop beer. It's a beer that has hop flavor, and that's exactly what an IPA is. But to get a high score, you need to have something unique about yourself, and I don't feel like there's much unique other than the viscosity. 3.0.
3.0.
I'm just kind of like, all right, this beer exists.
Yeah. The beer
That's kind of where I'm
exists.
at on this beer.
Wow. Okay.
Like it
You went
exists,
Bob
and
Lazard
I'm
on
okay
this.
with it. I'm okay with it.
You and Bob Lazard.
No, I didn't. No. Bob Lazar goes full
Full on.
Full
Full
on.
frontal.
He goes full 5.0.
Yeah, 5.0 all the time. 0 to 5.
He's going 5.0
just like that.
nonstop.
Yeah. Over and over. All right. He's
Got to be included over here.
So I continually gravitate more and more to these hazies, to these
okay.
New Englands.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna have an IPA, I'm honestly gonna choose a New England or a hazy over a traditional just
A Whippa?
IPA.
Oh.
Oh, no, Whippa's way down the list. I don't like Whippas.
He's talking
Really?
Nippa.
Yeah, Niepa.
No,
I
that's what I'm
agree.
saying. Like he said over. So I'm much more Whippa over New England.
Oh no, I think
Oh.
New England over all those as well. But
Yeah.
those make
like I
you
don't know you
they're
guys.
mouth watering.
These are
They're juicy. This I forgot to mention doesn't make me my mouth water.
Okay, yeah. So hazy IPA is synonymous with New England IPA for me.
Yeah.
Those are interchangeable. I cannot distinguish the difference between the two of them. So if this was called a New England IPA and it was called, Inherit the Boston Stars, then I would also believe that.
Inherit the Tom Brady's.
Right, yeah.
Or Cam
Inherit the
Newton,
Cam Newton Stars. So that being said, I've always had a big shtick about beers that are hazy or New England being advertised as juicy.
Yeah.
But ultimately, that is what kind of defines what a hazy IPA is. It's juicy, it's hoppy, it makes your like cheeks kind of pucker up a little bit,
It's your little tingle.
Your jowls.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
little tingle in your dingle.
Yeah, I mean maybe that too.
Hey,
It's a fact, Jack.
you guys drink beer or what?
Yeah. Dang. Well, that's the end of the podcast.
Yeah.
Gotta walk away after that one.
Yeah, right.
It's a mic drop.
Why don't you have a seat, JT?
I'm gonna swing wildly away from these guys. I give this a 4.25.
enough.
I really enjoy it. I agree with both of you in the fact that it is not a daily drinker. I believe that it's more of a special occasion kind of a beer.
Okay.
Where you break this out for a podcast with friends or at a barbecue with friends or family and stuff like that. It would not be a daily drinker where I come home and just kind of hoard it to myself. North High is always kind of exceeding and pushing limits, I believe, especially here in Ohio, and I think that this hazy IPA hits the mark exactly. It's a hazy IPA. It's juicy. It puckers my mouth. I get good juice, sweet flavor, but then it's well balanced with a good bitter from the hops itself, and I appreciate that balance of those two kind of conflicting flavors in my mouth on every single sip. So I like it a lot.
Great.
So great.
I'm
great.
happy, I'm
Thanks a
happy
lot.
that
Great.
you do.
Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
All right. Get
See you
out.
later. Your shoes are by the door.
Yeah. That'd be terrible.
You guys are great.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why'd they start laughing? Great.
Yeah.
You guys are great.
Well, that's the
Yeah. Well,
the end of the
just let that.
podcast. It's kind of died.
So.
Wow. I'm sorry, guys.
We're done. We're done with the beer for the podcast, but we've got some more time, and I've got some stuff that I want to go over.
I am checking in. We can do a third beer. I have another beer we can do. I'm just,
Do you want to do another beer?
You guys want to do another beer? Or is it too much?
It's never too much for me. I don't know if you heard in segment 1, I love beer.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
news. That was hot news.
What
All right,
beer,
let's do it.
What beer do you want to do?
It's on the top shelf behind everything. It's mullet.
Oh,
it's a
you
mullet
put it
beer.
up there. Oh, you ruined my...
What did I give all the things? 2.75? I'm going to check that in. If you guys want to follow this podcast on Untapped, we have Turds Forever, Accident Prone 3, and Matt.com.
Digital Bather, where I have
Digital Bather,
the
that's
biggest
right.
following.
Yes.
I was gonna split a beer, but now JT wants to. I was just gonna.
We
grab
can
something
split
sweet.
these, and just so that, we're not
You bought
we're
this?
being safe. I did buy this, yeah.
Where'd you buy this?
I bought this at the... So I was going to ask you guys if this is Beaver Creek or Dayton. There's that, corner store
Corner market.
by
Colonel Glenn
King's Table.
Really?
Across the street.
Because
Across
this
the
is
street.
this is Luplin out of Big
Yeah,
Lake,
Luplin.
Minnesota.
Yeah, Luplin. Mm-hmm.
So
But Luplin's in more places than just Minnesota. We've had Lupulin.
Like the corner store in Beaver
together.
Creek.
I've brought Lupulin.
Oh, because you brought it?
Yeah,
oh, my
I've
bad. I thought I knew I had it before. I didn't know where. But yeah, it was at the corner store across the street from King's Table. Which, by the way, if you guys want to listen to us at King's Table, episode
31.
31. Look at you.
That's just one of the few ones I know off the
Wow.
top. Do you guys want to do this, or do you guys want to split a bomber? Do you guys want to split something else?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. It's a legitimate question.
I don't have anywhere to go, so
I have to go at least home.
well, that's good. That's
That's
a fact.
JT has to go home. I don't have anywhere to go either.
Probably by 5. I had to be home.
I'm staying here.
What time is it now?
Okay. Well, it's just
time.
whatever you guys are comfortable with.
I'm kidding. I'm not staying here. I don't.
What do you want to do? You think we should split a beer 3 ways, or should we drink?
What is it
beer each?
even?
It's
6.5.
pretty high.
6.5. That's not very high.
That's not very.
No,
I
that's
said
not very
pretty
high.
high.
Okay, let's just do it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Fucking A. What is it?
Fucking A. It's Fashion Mullet
So
by Lupulin.
So before we get into one more beer, can we
3 beer review.
Yeah, 3 beer review. This is a first,
No. The first. And
We've
none
done-
of those beers
we've
are
done
the
a
one
3 beer
that
review
my mom
but
brought.
separate. It was
Sure,
random.
it
When
was
we did one
separate.
more beer,
One
It
more
was just
beer.
random.
That's what it was.
yeah. So
Excuse me.
I'm all for a one more beer segment.
3 beer
We're
review.
all doing it. So now it's a 3 beer review.
Big
As-
time.
That's the name. Trademark that. 3 beer review. So, JT, I had a couple more things I wanted to talk about. Well,
Let's talk about it.
Why don't you... Do you want to introduce this so like people
Sure.
can clear the palate out of this horrendous beer?
Yeah, I'll introduce it.
Terrible beer.
This is Fashion Mullet. It is a IPA. I believe it is just a regular IPA. It's a pint from Lupulin Brewing, which, as you said, was in Minnesota.
Yeah, Big Lake. So, a suburb of the Twin Cities.
Big Lake, Minnesota.
Boom.
We did a little bit of pre-production today, and JT said this was a flyer for a beer. This is a fantastic can art.
It was.
This destroys
it caught my
mine.
eye. I went through case by. Have you been to this place across the street from King's Table?
Yeah, Kitty Corner? No.
Yeah, Kitty Corner. It's
That's where you bought Wild
fantastic.
Ohio.
Like, that guy. That's where I bought Wild Ohio. That guy.
That's why I don't go there.
Literally, knows every beer he has. He researches and figures out what beer
I'm going there.
to have. And yeah, he carries Wild Ohio, but he carries a lot more as well. And he's really passionate about selling craft beer.
Really?
This looks...
This guy, he'll talk to you for 20 minutes about craft beer.
I can't paint a picture
Me
like
neither.
JT, and that's not a slight because JT is really good about using his words to describe things. This place looks like where you would go to get shot and not even purchase
100%.
gas. They don't even have pumps.
You can't even see the lines
Yeah.
to park in the parking lot.
Yeah, it's just
It's
it's
just
where you
like-
get lotto tickets, cloves,
Cloves?
And-
Yes, cloves for
and
sure.
some
But apparently
pink
it's got
snowballs.
legit beer.
This is where people who pick their numbers for the lottery go. Mm-hmm. You know, like hardcore lottery players.
and where they overspend on beef jerky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a drive-through, which is an Ohio
Yep.
thing. Like it's
Drive-thrus
you
are
have,
amazing.
You have to walk in.
I love drive-thrus.
But wow, so I'm gonna go
So
there now
they have
because
a ton of
apparently-
beer there.
Like if you want to have a
And the
conversation
guy,
with a connoisseur,
the guy that orders the beer, he's probably there. He's been there 75% of the times I've been there.
Wow.
And
That's a high percentage rate.
talks about.
yeah,
He talks with me about
that's
the
a
beer.
fact.
That's a fact.
Today was one of the
Proven.
times he was not there.
Backed up by numbers.
Today was one of the times he was not there.
Not today, though.
But well, JT, you got to count us down. I mean, this. Oh,
Yeah,
this,
let's
this
open
one's
this
glued.
beer.
This
3,
This one was glued down a little
2,
bit.
1.
I had a popper.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so before we get into that, before we get into our third beer review,
So I don't think we've had a basic IPA in quite some time. Like
No.
a typical just IPA.
Gimmick.
Yeah,
no,
basic
nothing
bitch.
before it.
Right.
No words before it.
but
This is like gray tennis shoes. Or gray pants.
It's like white New Balance.
White New Balances.
so the only thing that I saved for segment 3 to talk to you guys about was I've made my. So I'm a part of a Facebook group. JT's a part of a Facebook group. Called Dayton Beer Geeks, and it's people that know way more than we do, but we have more initiative and started up a way cool podcast.
Yeah.
So, app description, am I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
It's a fact. So,
Dayton Beer Geeks are trolls.
yeah,
Dayton Beer Geeks are
Except for
people
you guys.
who want other people to know they drink beer.
and that's what it is. It's it's
man.
Instagram for Dayton Beer
Yeah.
Drink
Very desperate,
Geekers.
desperate people
Yeah, I
posting
screwed
pictures
up on
about the beer they drink.
So, anyways, there was one guy, and every once in a while there's some nuggets of information. And
But
one
sometimes
guy,
there's good stuff. Yeah.
one guy was liquidating. Wow.
Yeah, not liquidizing. That would be his beer's already liquid.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So he was liquidating his stout collection, and I've been trying to pivot because I'm getting, and this is the big news, I'm getting burnt out on IPAs.
Oh yeah.
I
think that I thought I was.
I'm at my saturation point. When I'm reaching into my fridge right now that I've updated from Wisconsin 3 weeks ago, and I'm looking in my cellar. I'm looking for sours and I'm looking for stouts. So
nice.
He was liquidating his stout collection. And his stout collection was, and JT saw it, thousands and thousands of dollars. And stouts are wonderful because
wow.
so much beer.
They age really
Thick
well.
with 3 C's?
At least 3 C's.
Yeah,
Jeez.
at least 3.
Whoa, at least 3 C's?
So I signed up, and then after a couple of weeks, he divvied it out, and I just went and picked up my box of beer. So we're going to have a fantastic series of stouts, and I sent pictures to JT. I'm going to show Cobra now because anytime I send Cobra of anything that's not text, it sends me back something and says your text out exceeds your reach.
Yeah.
So I have no idea why
Which is weird.
I use SMS
I send you
messaging.
stuff all the time.
Yeah. I get all of JT's SMS messages, but yours...
You send him videos?
I've sent him all kinds
Videos.
of stuff. Videos, texts, those
Is it an Apple?
emoji things
Are you
of
an Apple?
me
I'm an
being
Apple.
like
Yeah,
that
I'm wondering
in
if it's Android
as a
Apple.
cartoon.
What do you have?
But he has
Apple,
an
I
Apple
have
as
Apple.
well.
I get all your text messages.
I have unlimited
I
data.
have iPhone. I think the message here is just get an iPhone.
Ugh, gross. That's never gonna fucking happen.
This guy doesn't know anything.
Not
about
gonna
phones.
happen. Not gonna happen. So, anyways, on that note, I'm getting burnt out on IPAs. I'm trying to find Cobra a picture of the lot of beers. Most of them are in the cellar. I'll take you in the cellar. They're right there. It's a visual podcast.
Some of them looked really good.
Some of them, and they'll come up
Some
on
of
the
them looked
podcast.
good.
They're all one-offs. So, anyways, that's my update. So about mullet
Fair
beers.
enough.
Pouring it on his shirt.
It's just-
It's just-
I didn't.
how dare you cover up this can art? This can
Because
art is majestic.
That's what you guys talk about.
I know. I'm just joking.
I only have to bloviate about the taste of it. Wow. Okay. So off the top rope. God, I wish I had more to talk about with the can art.
Don't.
Do it. We're on opposite ends here.
And I got to write this down because we're doing 3 years. So there.
It's like the devil. It's like the devil and the angel
It
on the
is,
shoulders.
it is.
It's like, don't do it. One's like, do it.
So, as somebody that has had a lot of Luplin beers, as you know, I'm.
That's what I've heard.
That's what
Someone's
I've
had
I'm
a
going
lot
to
of
be traveling
Luplin.
to. I'm going to be traveling to Minnesota here up in a couple of weeks, and I'm sure I'm going to have a couple
I also
of Luplin
heard that
beers.
too.
Try to get your hands on some fashion mullet.
They feel
Or
or
regular
they
mullet.
taste like to me like Toxic did a few years ago, where they use the
Interesting.
same parts of their recipe and they only change out like one thing, but you get the same 80% of their
I
body.
just don't have the perspective. That's really interesting.
There's a tang.
I'm not like
There's a tang
sarcastic.
or a
It's like you're
snap.
shitting all over.
I'm not.
No, that's fine. There's a tang or a snap to their beer that is consistent over all of their beers, and I just was looking at my previous scores.
Of Luplin beers?
Yeah, I want to like what they put out.
Has Luplin been around for a long time? Is this are
No,
they
they-
fairly established or not established?
Yeah,
or
a few years. They're the biggest brewer in Big Lake, but Big Lake is small. It's like Waynesville.
Oh, that's a lie then. Why do they call it Small Lake?
So, because they're on a big lake.
Oh,
So
So
it's
that's
just
a
the name of the lake.
small city, big lake.
I want to like this more.
Steve has had a lot of Luplin.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, that's not a surprise.
And he gives them some high fucking scores.
Really?
He's
That's
got-
a surprise.
Not to interrupt. I'm
No,
sorry.
that's fine.
Straight hash homie 5.0. He's had those two. He had that 3 times. He gave it a 5 every time.
Whoa, that's
Well,
15.
it's consistent.
I thought that was 3 different beers, but then I read
Was
it.
he
So
drinking
he's
with-
also had fashion mullet, but I won't give his score.
Was he drinking with Gatorade?
Will
at
you
the
give
time?
us that score after we score?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you, but not
Great.
not
Yeah.
before.
So
All right.
Steve's like a young savant, man.
God, he's so good at beer.
way more advanced than I was at his age.
Yeah, he's good at beer.
Oh my God.
And that's
Barely
for like
at his age.
that's for like
Same here.
80% of the population.
I didn't even know what I was going to do with my life back then. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. This is all content. It's great. Off the top rope. God, would I like this more? The North High. I just want.
Ooh, dang!
That's fantastic.
Bring it.
As
thunder, bitches.
As Imagine Dragon said,
I'm vacillating. I'm gonna go with the lower between the two. I give this a 3.5.
and as AC/DC said, thunder. What did you give it?
3.5.
All right,
3.5.
It's the North High. I would like better.
interesting.
The reason being is it comes in a 12-ounce can, and I don't want this in a pint.
You don't want this in a pint.
I don't want it in a pint. It's just.
I appreciate that.
I don't know if I'm losing my IPA stance. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm. Just want something a little bit sweeter, less. Like I said, tang. Tang is all I get.
I understand.
Not tang in the orange flavor, like.
You want
just
tangy?
No, I
sour.
don't want tangy.
It's like switching
You
from
don't want
Jinkos
tangy.
to skinny jeans.
That would be quite the switch.
Yeah,
Quick
you know what? It's crowding
You
the
gotta
guys.
go
Yes,
Janko-
it's crowding
you gotta
the
go
guys.
Janko to boot cut to skinny.
I don't even know what all that. I need wide leg.
Wide leg.
Wide
That's a-
leg.
That's a
Oh,
wide
yeah.
leg.
I don't know
That's a
wide
guy.
leg. I
Come
don't know
on.
that that's a category.
It is.
It is, yeah,
100% it is.
What is it? Is that like
wide
is
leg.
that like the 70s?
No, my pant legs go pretty much straight.
Yeah.
Straight leg.
No.
Wide leg.
Straight leg. They
I don't know
go.
what wide leg is.
It's wide the whole way.
Yeah. The
I have
whole way
big
down.
thighs. It's wide the whole way down.
Alright.
I could lay out my pants and we'll lay out your pants. Straight leg tapers. Boot cut.
No,
cuts
straight
in.
leg's supposed to be straight, no taper.
No. Straight can still taper.
Interesting.
But this
This
is
is
your
not
beer.
a pants podcast.
No,
It should be a pants.
We should talk about pants.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing pants.
There's a blog all about undershirts, and I subscribe to it.
Again, listen back to previous podcasts where JT has
Love this, yeah.
67 alerts. I'm just watching his
I know.
phone blow up.
It's about storms and
Like he's-
investments.
like he's-
Robinhood. Let's see what's
Like
what's
he's the
up or
fucking
down
Unabomber over here, and like, what am I going to set
one
off
of my
today?
stocks is down
Kaczynski?
5%. I need to know that.
Everyone's-
That's important information.
Everyone's stocks are
But
down
you're
5%
not.
today.
You're not a
because
day.
today's a
a
bad
bad
day
day.
for
You're not
stocks.
a day
Except
trader.
if you invest in Chinese electronic vehicles.
I do, yeah.
You got Neo?
Yeah, I got a lot of Neo.
How much?
A lot.
I got 20 shares, and
Yeah.
it's doing pretty good.
Yep.
Well, thanks.
And also
the
the other
hot
one-
tip that this guy told
Hot
me,
tip,
and I
Neo.
never said this.
No,
He told me to buy MJ.
Hold
How's
it.
MJ doing?
You know what? Here's let me at least I did want to say this to you.
I've never-
offline, but I'll say it to you
Never
online.
given you shit about it.
You haven't. And
It's a hot take.
you've been absolutely great about it. In the world, in
the world.
to get an investing win,
In the
you
world.
have to have
That's a
your
fact.
average purchase over. Your the price of the stock has to be over your average purchase price. So if you just purchase a few more shares, which I know you're hesitant to do, your
only-
average price
it's
will
only-
be driven down.
I'm so young.
Your average price will be
I-
driven down. But
I
I'm
don't
telling
care.
you that I bought in higher than you, and I'm holding.
Gotta hold.
You gotta hold.
Gotta ride the lightning.
I'm not
man.
selling that shit for a loss.
How many shares did you buy?
Not as many as you, but I've lost about $700
Gotta
on
ride
this
the lightning.
one stock. I know you've lost several thousand, right?
Several thousand.
Several thousand, but I.
This is not.
But I've
This
bought-
is not pre-production. This is
I've-
the first time I've
Yeah,
ever brought it up.
first
This
time
is
I
just
buy.
material.
I try to
hot
get
takes.
in on some things
And
that
I'm not
like
mad.
when COVID started. I bought a
Fuck.
few vaccine companies, and I've made several $100s back. I'm inching my way back to zero, and I'm doing really good at it.
I bought Royal Crib.
I'm glad that you're
I'm
inching
doing
way
pretty
back to
good.
Zero.
I'm actually I'm not inching back to zero. Let me not be humble. I'm like $600 ahead,
So here's the best part.
and I lost several $100
Boom.
on the stock that I gave Matt.
Here's the best part. Money idiots. The smart
Yeah,
guy.
no, this is the
The
smart
guy doesn't give
But
any
he
advice
doesn't,
because
he doesn't invest in a lot of things.
Nope.
I want to just like keep throwing money at things.
Yeah, see, I'm
Chase the
invested
hot
in-
hand. You gotta chase the
Yeah,
hot
chase the
hand.
hot
I'm
hand.
invested in
Yeah.
a few things, so like, and again, not mad. Please First time
I wish Chris would have called me the day he got Tesla and was like, "Do it," and I'd be like, "All right."
That was prior to me knowing.
But exactly. But I would have done it. But we only share like broad strategies.
Yeah.
Like here's kind of what I'm thinking. Here's kind of what you're thinking. We never really give each other tips on individual stocks.
No, I've made a lot of money off 2 tips. So JT or
not me,
Jory telling me to buy SPY. So
ETF.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Holy fuck! I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm an idiot. And the second time I made a lot of money in the first 2 months was JT told me to buy MJ ETF.
It's gonna.
I bought in at $31.50. It's been for the last couple of months at $8.
No, it's been at $13 for like several months, and
it takes as a victory.
I have a lot of money into MJ as well.
But I'm not worried.
Not as much as you.
Not.
But 1/3 of North America is legalized.
I'm super
what
young.
MJ is about.
It's a hold.
I'm telling you.
I'm not a day trader.
But also, I know that this sounds counterproductive.
Panicking.
But if you buy a few more shares and get your average down, that way when it crosses that threshold, you'll be making money sooner.
So MGA has great dividends.
It's all about averages.
They have one of the best dividends.
They do have
in the
great
market.
dividends.
So the dividends are just reinvested. That's how I read it.
Dividends are great.
Oh, they have high dividends? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're not as high as REITs, but they're pretty good.
It's good. So I'm not worried. It's just fun.
This is an investment podcast, Doc.
No.
People love investments.
He's panicking
I'm panicking because I feel horrible because I remember asking you how much you bought and you told me and you were totally honest about it and I was like, wow, he really trusted me and I fucked up, right?
First time
it fell hard. It fell really hard in half. It cut in half. More than that even.
So I love Neo. I love Neo.
Neo's been doing great.
Man.
Do you really like it or?
I love it.
Yeah, it's doing great.
It's gonna blow up.
So
I hope so.
The only other stock I own besides outside of my retirement, just in my Sandbox account, is Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean's doing gangbusters. I bought.
Well, you buy super low right now, right?
Oh my. Well, I bought.
And the Jets ETF is really low.
I bought a week after we got off the cruise. And I was like, it's not going to get any lower. It's $25 a share. Now it's $70 a share.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, right now. Wow,
the cruise industry is not going to fail. There's
no. Right. Same thing with the airlines. I bought in the Jets ETF at like $12 or $13. It'll be fine.
We're just going to make the caveat: don't take your financial advice.
Unless
Cobra is talking.
Unless Cobra's
take.
I do like advice. Neo though. Neo's
knows how he's calm and just cool and collected, and he's got.
I think I'm going to sell some of my vaccines to buy some Neo.
You should.
You think I should?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
If you're up on it, yeah. Take your money and run.
I'm up several $100s.
Take your money and run. Put it in Neo and let it sit for a little bit. Just let it sit.
Yeah, I think so.
A little bit.
Even at $12.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think its gold price is?
I have no idea. All I know is that
you know. He knows.
He does.
He knows.
Can't share it because he's.
No. I know. It's okay.
It's good.
I think it's going up $1,000 like Tesla. No, I'm just joking. This is
I don't know.
Company. It's not going to go up to 1,000.
Backed by the Chinese government, so it's not going to fail.
Yeah,
it's not going to fail, but it's not going to hit 1,000. Just like that Amazon competitor. What is it?
Alibaba. Yeah, they'll just take.
What are they at? Like 300 right now? They're not going to get.
They'll just take Jack Hua and kidnap them and destroy them.
All right. Anyway, that's Stock Talk by the Butt Chug Podcast.
Hot Stock Talk.
So have you reviewed this beer yet?
You have not reviewed this beer. I'll review this beer.
Fashion Mullet. It's your turn.
I love Fashion Mullet. It's a beautiful man. Mm-hmm. The beer itself is nearly flavorless. I don't know if it's because the palate's fucking bombed out.
We did wreck our palates.
My heart dropped a little bit because I thought you were going to say nearly perfect. And I go, my God, could we not be further away on this beer?
No, it's nearly flavorless. There's just not much to it. I'm not even taking sips. I'm taking big gulps at this point, trying to identify flavor. And I get a little bit of bitter at the very end. I've since swallowed that gulp. And I'm left with slight bitters on the back of my tongue.
Sorry, Stacy.
And that's the flavor I get. That's the only flavor that I get. Is that once the gulp of beer is swallowed, then flavor begins to register, and it's on the back of my tongue, and it's a little bit better, and that's it. So, with that being said, I do appreciate a crushable IPA because I would put that in this category where you can just really crush down big gulps of this beer, and it's not going to inhibit your chug factor. Basically, you can just slam through this.
Won't inhibit your chug factor.
Yep. So that kind of brings the score up a little bit. I'm at a 3.5. It's just kind of there. It's. Right. I'm not with Matt where I'm abandoning IPAs or where I've outgrown it or whatever. I'm there. I do like to expand. I obviously love to go down the sour path. I obviously love to get down the stouts. That's a lot of fun. But I still love IPAs. It's just the fact that within IPAs itself, I keep gravitating more and more towards those hazy and New Englands like I mentioned earlier. So 3.5, it's neither here nor there. The can is great. The beer is good. It's chuggable. It's crushable. But there's just not like a lot to it. You know, you would look at a party. You would look really fucking cool chugging this shit.
Oh hell yeah!
Right. You know, you would just be like, everyone at the party would be like, dude, that dude.
Yeah, that guy.
That dude's cool as shit.
And
he's drinking this shit like a fucking man.
My new party rule, my mask is the same amount of fabric that I'm going to wear on my groin. That's my new party rule. Yeah. And that's all I wear.
Yeah, you take your extra jock strap and wear it on your face.
Yep.
You wear one on your.
Yep. It's just easy to dress for the day. I'm prepared.
Exactly. 2 face masks, you're done.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Okay.
Hit us with it. Some can art.
I have some conflicting points. I have some agreeing points with both of you. Okay. I am sick of IPAs. I think that the craft industry has played this out, and that was one of my points about Southern Ohio brewing, was that like, okay, you're going to put out an IPA, big whoop. Like the masses have established their go-tos, Boat Show, Truth, even outside of Ohio breweries, there are IPAs that we bring in. You're not gonna, I don't think, unless you really hit a home run, you're not gonna infiltrate. However, yes, I agree that hazy and New England IPAs, they really hit different. They do a better job. Boom Sauce is a beer that I think changed my beer perspective. I love that beer, and I would drink that beer any day of the week. I love it. But every once in a while, I get reminded that like just a straight up basic IPA is pretty good.
It is good. It's very good.
Like they're not.
It's very refreshing.
They're not killing you with dryness. They're not killing you with hops. They're not killing you with all these different things that IPAs can do. And this particular beer achieves that same thing. It is just a straight up IPA. It's fine. It tastes good. It's very drinkable. Crushable is a great great word for it. And I don't want its score to be affected by the fact that, yes, I also agree with Matt. I'm kind of getting over this IPA thing. Like, it's just...
interesting.
It's so... everything's a fucking IPA these days. You go to the store and it's like coolers full of IPAs. All right, we get it. But this one is actually pretty good. Pretty smooth. That flavorless flavor that you tasted...
flavorless flavor flav.
Is more a result of what we've had already.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think this beer...
palate wrecked.
Yeah, your palate's wrecked. I think this beer actually delivers...
The very first 2 or 3 sips, I couldn't taste anything, to be honest.
Oh, wow.
Like, I took 2 or 3 sips, and I knew that there was liquid going down into my body, but there was no registration of flavor.
No flavor.
Yeah. Now I'm beginning to register flavor as time goes on.
I did forget to do the can art bonus.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, the can art is...
I was talking about this. The can art is why I bought this beer, because otherwise I wouldn't buy an IPA. Here's the can art. Fashion, mullet, boom. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. All right.
You know what they call this face nowadays?
No.
This whole thing. You know, there's Karens in the world. There's Karens.
Yeah, Karens,
are big hot.
Are there Chads too?
Chads. That's
Chads.
a Chad. This is a Chad.
This is a Chad.
That's a
I think
Chad.
it reminds me of Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, he does have a Dolph Ziggler feel.
Yeah.
too.
Minus the flavor saver.
The flavor saver is in the.
I'm gonna whiz.
Yeah.
Not break.
The flavor saver is in the shape of a hop,
Which is clever.
which is very clever. He's also got a toothpick like Razor Ramon, but he's blonde. Razor Ramon was not blonde. He has the sunglasses of Bret Hart.
He does.
The toothpick of Razor Ramon. The flavor saver of a douchebag. And the hair of every 80s wrestler. This definitely screams, I'm a wrestler.
He's got the wide face of Sid Vicious or Sid
Yeah,
Justice.
Sid Vicious. Yeah, for sure.
So, and I have an affinity for that wrestler. He's one
But
of
he
my
also
favorite.
has a earring, a diamond earring, and ear hair, which I always find hard to say.
There you go.
Ear hair peeking out of his ears. Now, as a man who's been growing in age, in fact, I will gain 1 year soon.
I was supposed to say, I'm not a man who's growing in age, so we don't share that trait. I'm not growing in age.
My age is increasing. I find that there are hairs in my ear as well, and I don't like it. I shave them. I've bought a special tool just for that. I don't fucking like it.
And that's a fact.
And that's a fact, like Bob Lazar.
Astute observation.
But I think this can art is phenomenal. It's definitely got that 80s mullet feel. It's got the cool MTV type music video sunglasses. And if you're into wrestling, it's got a lot of wrestling symbology on here. Toothpick sunglasses.
Which makes sense for the
Here.
Minneapolis.
Yeah,
Of all the
Minneapolis.
great wrestlers, Legion of Doom.
But it is called
Ric
Fashion
Flair,
Mullet.
LOD for life.
And mullets are a fashion statement. And if there's
Mr.
anything...
Perfect, Rick Rude.
If there's anything that we know about Minneapolis and northern Wisconsin, maybe not northern Wisconsin, maybe just Minneapolis isolated on its own, they are the south of the north. They're the south of the north. They like country music.
Bam.
Weird. They have mullets. Weird.
Confederate flags.
Confederate flags. Weird.
Maybe.
Lots of guns. Weird. They are the south of the north.
That's a bold statement, my friend.
I
Bold
know
statement.
some Minnesotans from the Navy when I was in the Navy. They're the Southerners of the North. They
Holy
love
shit.
country music. They're like way into country music. I don't understand how country music made it so far north. I personally am not a fan of country music, but this guy fucking loves country music. He likes that song that's like Fly Flags and Freedom and all this other whatever country music
Love
shit.
it,
I don't
yeah.
even know. I can't even sing a song from country music. I made that up completely.
What?
But what this beer does for me, that's Can and Butter
top
segment brought to you by Steve. What this beer does for me is it reminds me of what a regular basic IPA can be. It can be refreshing. It can be smooth. It can be less hoppy and kind of just drinkable. It's not the best beer you're going to ever have, but it's a fine IPA. And the can art is phenomenal. One more taste.
This guy is not a fan of country music. He cares way too much about his appearance.
He
likes
if
70s and 80s rock.
If you guys told me that I listened to too much music, I would take less offense. I would actually be honored. When you say I watch too much TV, I get bothered by it. Because I don't. But I listen to a lot of music.
Oh.
You attribute this to where I'm
And
from
I really
and the people
love
that I know.
music.
And
I don't attribute this to the people you know. I attribute this to the people I know.
that are from Minnesota,
That are from Minnesota.
and northern Wisconsin.
That I served with in the Navy. They love
That were my
country
bases.
music. They love America. They love
And they
guns.
look
They love
exactly like
very
this dude.
Republican things. I'm just giving you I'm just telling you what it is. Just my experiences in life.
This will come up when I spend a couple of weeks up there soon.
I'm
Maybe the people you know are different than the people I know, and that's okay.
Like the 6 people that were from.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean,
to piggyback on this.
What
What's
am
your
I?
score?
Am I supposed to know everybody from Minnesota?
So the small pool.
Just 'cause
I'm
you
just saying
work-
I know
I
a
mean,
bigger
I'm-
pool.
yeah, that's
Just
fine.
because I work. And
You
live in
know a
Finland.
bigger pool. That's totally great.
Yeah. So the 6 people this
Yeah.
looks like country music.
Yes.
Disregard.
This looks like the people on Facebook who are like not wearing masks right now. This looks like that to me, right? Because for some reason masks are political, and I don't understand it. Because I wear a fucking mask, it doesn't make any sense. It's a 4.0. I like it. It's
4.0.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a good IPA because I've been reminded that sometimes a regular IPA is actually pretty good.
It's a good beer, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this beer tastes like this guy's hair.
See, I don't feel like that. I feel like his hair would be
Kinda.
chemically.
Like if you poured Bud Light.
He's got that
through his
curl
hair.
like Johnny Bravo. You guys remember Johnny Bravo?
Yeah.
He was cool.
I have a coworker that calls me Johnny Bravo. You're
Really?
about to have a new coworker that calls me Johnny Bravo.
Damn.
NIO. Yeah.
Damn.
In IO?
She calls me Johnny Bravo. That's
Who
what
is
she-
this person? In IO?
Yeah. She will be there soon once she leaves her role.
Huh.
Oh, phew.
No clue.
Yeah. That's a fact, Jack.
Oh,
She's the only one that calls
I don't
me
think
Johnny
you're
Bravo.
very Johnny Bravo.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Johnny Bravo's a vain guy.
Yeah.
He's got a
I
hair
care about
curl.
how I look. Look at how good I am.
I mean, we all care about how we look. We just don't care as much as Johnny Bravo.
Oh,
Try
yeah.
to promote it. Yeah.
I don't own a comb.
That's,
You don't own a comb?
No, I use Stacy's.
Oh, yeah. Same here.
I don't know. if I
Not
have a
Stacy's,
comb.
but Katie's. I use Katie's comb.
Yeah, I don't use Stacy's or Katie's. That's good news. Good news, guys.
This podcast is hot.
Hot.
People are going to love the end
Stock
of this.
tips. Sports.
Stock tips.
3 beers.
Combs.
Fashion.
Combs.
Mullet. Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I know, yeah,
Can't
I know-
wait.
I know a couple
I
people
am
in
worried that
Minnesota.
my orders were going to get canceled. But,
I'm sorry, Matt, if I ruined your friendships with people in Minnesota.
no. I know there's a couple of them that listen. So
There's a lot of Minnesotans who
Chuggalo-
are like super
Chuggalo
hardcore
Blake.
America.
Chuggalo Blake. Well, that's good.
I like America
It's
too,
also
though. By
where
the way, I
the
don't want
the
to.
Farmers Party.
I don't want to
to
undersell the fact that I love
still-
America.
They have a legitimate third party in Minnesota that
Oh,
gets
yeah.
elected. Yeah. But, all right, I think, JT,
Matt,
bloviate our finish.
are we done?
Blow it out.
Blow it out.
Candles out.
Good
This
night.
was episode 94, and thank you for joining us. Let us know if you want us to talk about anything on the next episode. Let us know if you have beer to submit. We have some submissions for next week.
Hey,
Thanks,
JT,
94.
your mom has a beer that she wants to submit. Maybe
Yep, and we have one from Scott.
Scott.
Chuggalo Scott.
2 of them.
Hot Scott.
Two submissions next week.
Remind JT because he doesn't remember.
Yeah, remind me. Bye.